Hi guys, I'm back. We are still answering questions based on Inversnaid. So the first question says, complete the following sentences by using the words in the list below. Write only the word next to the question number in the answer book. So we are given words there. There's village, industries, rises, natural, brook, man-made, hills, and flows. And the statement says the poem gives details about a 6.1.1 for A, which 6.1.2 B powerfully. It is surrounded by 6.1.3 and C, which makes the speaker admire the 6.1.4 views. Now let us fill in the blank spaces. We have 6.1. It's 6.10.1. Okay, and we have A. Now it says this poem gives details about A. Well, we have a village, industries, rises, natural, brook, man-made, hills, and flows. It is about a river. Now the river is represented by brook. So let us say brook. And B, which powerfully. It flows powerfully. It flows. It is evident in the poem. And they say it is surrounded by, it is surrounded by hills. Surrounded by hills. D, which make the speaker admire the natural looks. So the answer to here, it's natural. All these things can be found in the poem. So just go and just take your time reading the poem and understanding it before you go sit for an exam. And now we go to 6.10.2 A. Now A says identify the sound devices used in this line, and you must refer to line 2. Let's refer to line 2. Line 2 says his roll rock high road roaring down. His roll rock high road roaring down. If you know your sound devices, you would be able to tell that there's a repetition of R. We have roll rock, high road roaring. So this is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sounds. Words like B, S, M, L, T, such letters. So we have another question, which is B, and it says, explain why the sound device is relevant in the poem. Well, we can say that the repetition of the R sounds, so the repetition of the R sound brings about the speed of the stream as rocks are rolled down by the fast flow of the water. Okay, we move on to 6.10.3. Sorry for that. And now we have 6.10.3, and it says refer to lines 6 to 8. And A says identify the speaker's tone in these lines. Let's go to lines 6, 7, and 8. So line 6 says turns and twindles over the broth of a pool so pitch black fell frowning. It rounds and rounds despair to drowning. Now they say identify. Where's the question? It says identify the speaker's tone in these lines. We could say that they use a gloomy tone, or you can say they use a tone filled with despair, or you can say they have anxiety. And we have B. B says, why would the speaker use this tone in these lines? Well, we can say that there is a sense of darkness and depression brought by the dark water and the shadows cast by the hills which build a gloomy picture You can further say that the speaker hopes the speaker hopes that his negativity will be washed away by the flowing water. This all depicts that he is in a gloomy mood and would definitely use a gloomy tone. Now we go to 6.10.4. 6.10.4 says, quote one word which shows that the water is a mixture of what the stream sweeps as it flows. Okay, let's go to the poem and let's look for a suitable stanza that would give us the details we need in this case. So we have a wind puff bonnet of fawn froth turns and dwindles over the broth of a pool so pitch black fell frowning, it rounds and rounds despair to drowning. If you think about it, a broth is a mixture of, let me say, spices, water, your meat, your vegetables, and everything else. So here we can say that the broth is suitable because it is a mixture of different elements. Okay? And now we have 6.10.5. 6.10.5. This one says, why is the following statement false? The word decked shows that the speaker uses an American dialect. Well, it is false because the word decked, and you must put those inverted commas there, shows that the speaker uses a Scottish dialect. Right, let's go to 6.10.6. It says, one of the themes of the poem is appreciation of the natural environment. Discuss this theme. There is no question I love more in a paper 2 question paper more than discussing a theme. This is the best, and you guys have to capitalize on such questions. So I don't got much space, but here I'm trying to get rid of these ones that we have already discussed, so I may have enough space to write the next ones. Okay, so we have 6.10.6, and we must discuss the theme of appreciation of the natural environment. Well, we can say the speaker gives vivid, or you can say clear, descriptions of the lake. Right, and now you can say that the stream seems to wash away the negativity which suggests that nature is cleansing. Furthermore, you can say he says that the world would be a terrible place without the natural landscape. So for the fact that this speaker gives a detailed description of the stream means that he paid attention to each and every detail in it, meaning that he appreciates or he loved the sight, right? So hence we are saying that the speaker, or we can say that the theme of appreciation for the natural environment is clearly portrayed. Now we can move on to 6.10.7. It says that the speaker manages to convince the reader that the natural landscape must be left untouched. Discuss your view. The speaker manages to convince the reader that the natural landscape must be left untouched. I think what the question means is that the speaker manages to convince the reader that the natural landscape must be untouched, and since we must discuss it means that the statement is a bit incorrect. I think there must be a mistake somewhere, but since we are doing literature, I believe we are one of the lucky ones who are able to just point out the mistake. Right, now let us discuss. Let's start with yes. When you are discussing a question, remember that you must first state your stance, or you must first state whether or not you agree or disagree with the statement, okay? So for yes, let's say it provides beauty and allows one to connect with nature, according to the speaker. And now you can say that the speaker indirectly shows that industrialization will ruin the natural landscape. And we can say he gives a rallying cry to make the reader see the importance of preserving nature. Okay, moving on to the disagreeing part. Let us now disagree with what is said here. And firstly, you can say no. Let me write all here. And you can say no. Now, under no, you can say that he does not know. He does not know or show how the world is affected if nature is destroyed. You can say that he only focused on the river and not on other elements of nature, which are also more likely to be destroyed. You can further say that as population increases, the need for settlement areas also increases. Now, these settlement areas also increase along with industries and the need for space for industries. Hence, we can say that he does not manage to convince, because one can state a point that he did not show us how the world would be affected if there was no vegetation, if there was no wood areas, if there was no wildness and everything. So that would be a point that best substantiate your reason for saying no. That would be all for today. Thank you for your time.